Good morning and welcome to a financial review and comparison for Energy Australia. This morning we'll be looking at a comparison against Origin Energy and a quick overview. So, both companies are presently in the energy sector of the Australian economy. They are one of the three largest companies providing this service. And AGL is the second largest competitor in the market with 21%, and Origin is the largest with 28% of the current market. Here we can see an asset comparison from 2018 to 2019. Both companies providing this information on their financial reviews for 2019. We can see a breakdown of the total assets being broken into current and non-current assets. And also for Origin Energy, they're doing the same, breaking down the total assets into current and non-current assets so we can get a good comparison here. Very similar on the liabilities. They've done the same. We've got current liabilities, we've got non-current liabilities, and a very clear breakdown of where these stand for both companies. And as we move on, here's an overview as to the current holdings for both companies, the current liabilities for both companies. We see that AGL is quite considerably lower on the assets, and we are quite lower on the liabilities as well in comparison to Origin Energy here. And so down the bottom we have a quick liquidity calculation. Over here we can see our current ratio with our assets divided by our liabilities gives us 2.32. And for Origin Energy, they are a little bit lower. Even though having the greater assets, they do have the greater liabilities, and they come in at 1.98. And so this shows that we do have a greater opportunity or a better position to pay back debtors or to pay back money without any other financial institution injecting us with a loan or cash payment. And so here we come to our revenue comparison. We have a very good breakdown, our consumers, our businesses, our wholesalers and other, and our total revenue income for this year was around 13.4 billion Australian dollars. AGL have got a similar setup, however they've got the retail, business wholesale, and they've separated their energy consumptions. And so their total income of revenue was around 14.8 billion Australian dollars. And we go over to the expense comparison. So here we can see that our cost of sales was quite high, which is expected. We're selling a product. We've come up to a total of around 11.2 billion. And very similar table, Origin have come around 14 billion. And so here we go over to the overview, and we can see that there was, generally speaking, three large streams for both cases of revenue. We had very similar output in all these fields. We had very similar output in all these expenses. And so we did a quick profitability calculation to see what our total net income over this period was. As we can see, AGL coming out with a net income of 2 billion and Origin being valued at negative 0.7 billion Australian dollars. There's definitely some reasons as to why, maybe. And so here we have a shareholder comparison. Over in the bottom here, we can see that the valuation of both companies is slightly different. This could be to the greater volume in stock or shares that we're offering. And so these values we'll see when compared have different leverage. And so over here, we have market valuation company. Their calculations involved to give us our market value, how much the share price is, how many shares are available in the open market. As we see, both companies, their market value very similar. 25 million for AGL, 24 million for Origin. Over on the other side, we have a leverage calculation, so how much pressure we can put on. So our market value divided by our total equity, as we see, we have quite a low equity in the market, giving us greater leverage. And so thank you for this small, quick presentation. I hope you get time to read and review the difference. And thank you again for listening.